So this is pretty cool. Let me show it to you. See, this is an avocado seed. I have two cameras, so hopefully you can get a good look at this. Here's one, and it's kind of cracked, if you could see that. So what happens to that is it turns into this. Look at that. This is pretty cool, right? I wanted to show that to you because I never get them in these stages. And then that will turn into this. It's basically one of those in a pot. If I would try to pull it up, you would see there's like probably roots in there. They're probably gonna come out of the bottom here, but that's in there. So that's pretty cool, right? These are the stages that it kind of goes through, and then it turns into something like this. Believe it or not, this is my smallest avocado tree. This is the smallest one. But I just wanted to show you that because this is where they start from. First you have a little crack like this, and then it pushes out a little root stem like this. See that? The GoPro just shut off for some reason. GoPro capture. And then it turns into something like this. And then I put it in a little dirt with a little pot and let that sit and let it stay moist. And then it turns into something huge. Anyway, there's other bigger ones like this one. I don't know if you can see it, but it's huge. It's got like two arms, like one over here, one over here. There goes the GoPro again, shutting off for some reason. Anyway, just wanted to show you that. Here's another huge one over here. This one is like 6 feet tall. This one is maybe about 1.5 feet. If I had a ruler, I'd measure it. I do actually. It's about 2 feet. This one's 24 inches. You can see that. Shows up like right there. 24 inches. But they start out like this. That's all I want to point out. It's pretty cool. This is going to turn into this, and then eventually this, and eventually one of these. guess now I want it to shut off, so I'm going to say GoPro, stop capture. GoPros are the worst. Do you hear that? I have no idea. Let's see if anything even if it captured anything. It's still beeping. It's like, what is it doing? So check it out. This avocado seed is starting to crack. A little root stem is starting to form. See that? Pretty cool, huh? So let me show you real quick how I am able to do that with avocado seeds. Basically, whenever I eat an avocado, I'll throw them in water like this. After I eat the avocado, I'll take the seed and put it in the water and just let it sit there. In this case, I've probably eaten 2 or 3 avocados this week, so I've been letting them sit in the water all week. Then I take a Tropicana container, something clear, something I can kind of see through when there's water in it. So basically I take a razor or a sharp knife and I cut the top off the bottle of a plastic container. I try to cut it pretty close to the top so the opening is not that big. Kind of want a small opening, small enough so that the toothpicks will rest on the edge of the opening. Kind of like this. Then you're going to need some toothpicks. I like the colored kind, you know, multicolored. It's just fun. And it helps me keep track of what avocado seeds I put in water and when. So you usually only need about 3 toothpicks. Makes sense because it takes about that many to keep the avocado from falling in the water. 1 won't do it, 2 won't do it, but 3 is the absolute minimum that you're going to need to be able to hold your avocado seed in the water. So here I'm just pouring out the water in my original glass container that was holding all 3 of my seeds, just so I can get out the first seed. There's 2, there's 3. So now that we have the avocado seed, take a look at it and see if you can kind of find the lines going down the edge. It's sort of a vein that's running down the top to the bottom of the avocado. Make sure when you punch your toothpicks into the avocado, they're not anywhere near the veins. Make sure they're sort of in between the veins. Don't stick in toothpicks into your avocado's vein. See that? Just kind of like a little to the side of the vein, and keep all 3 toothpicks away from any of your veins on an avocado. Those veins are what's going to crack and hopefully reveal a stem. So you kind of want to keep your toothpicks nowhere near those veins, and don't punch those veins, because when it cracks, or if it does, it probably won't hold up your seed anymore, and your seed will just fall into the water as that crack gets larger and larger. So once you got the toothpicks in your avocado seed, place it into the plastic container so that it rests along the edges, and then fill it with water. Pretty simple. Notice I used red toothpicks on the first seed, blue on the second. That's how I keep track of it. Maybe on the next 2, I'll use, maybe green, maybe yellow. Let's see. Yeah, I like green and I like yellow. I'm using red and I'm using blue already. Green and yellow makes sense. Now that I have my toothpicks, I'm gonna get another plastic Tropicana bottle. This has already been pre-cut. Taking the top off already. And we're gonna fill it with water. Normally I'll take off the wrappers around these plastic bottles so that I could see through the bottom and make sure they're all clean. Just like the first one. Now, don't ask me why I emptied the water into another container, because I'm just trying to get to the avocado seeds that are at the bottom. So don't ask me why I used another jar. I could just pour it out the way. I'm trying to save water, I guess. But I ended up wasting it just to get to the other plant. There we go. There's one, there's the other. One is going to get green toothpicks, one is going to get yellow toothpicks. Now, do you notice the seam or the vein running down the top of the bottom? Sort of see them? You want to make sure that when you punch your avocado seed with the toothpick that it's nowhere near those veins. Kind of sort of in between the veins. They could be close, just definitely not on the vein. And I like to put my toothpicks into the seed at sort of like a 45 to 35 degree angle. Maybe a little less than 45, so they hang in below the rim of the plastic container. And I want the bottom half touching the water and the top half sort of sticking out. So I punch my toothpicks in at an angle, spaced about a third of the way around the avocado seed, making sure not to punch any of the veins. And that's basically it. I'm going to do it one more time with this third seed for you. Hopefully it'll sink in with repetition. You have a plastic container, you cut off the top, you look for the veins on your avocado seed, and then you punch toothpicks in at an angle. Space them apart evenly, making sure not to punch any of the veins. And then you just place it in the plastic container with water. Super simple. That's kind of what it should look like when you want to, before you put it in the container. Once you have the in the container, fill it with water. And basically keep topping it off with water, with fresh water, as often as every day or every other day. Keep them somewhere near sunlight and keep them topped off with fresh water as much as you can. And that's basically it. And that's basically it. And you'll see after a little while, a little root stem will start to grow out, like this. See that little root stem starting to stick out? Here's one that hasn't even started to crack yet, but hopefully it will right at the seam or at the vein. I usually give them about a week to 10 days to start to crack. After 2 weeks, if they haven't cracked yet, then I kind of lose faith in them and get rid of them. And that's it.